In this video, we are going to discuss about polar form of a complex number, complex plane, square root of complex number, and cube root of unity. Now first, we have to start about complex plane, or which is also known as Argand plane. In coordinate geometry, in previous classes you have covered, there are two axes, x and y axis, and the plane formed by x and y axis known as xy plane. If you have to plot any point on xy plane, easily you can plot and write coordinates as x comma y. Xy represent a unique point on xy plane where x and y are real numbers. The complex number x plus iy also we can represent on xy plane with the help of x and y, because in x plus iy, x and y are real number. Therefore, complex number also possible to represent on complex plane, like here coordinates of p as xy written. If p xy written, it implies if it is a complex plane, it means it is written as x plus iy. For example, if number 2 minus 3i minus 4 plus 4i or 1 plus 0i we want to represent on complex plane, to will write this as 2 comma minus 3 minus 4 plus 4i on plane you will write as minus 4 comma 4 and 1 plus 0i write as 1 comma 0. Here minus 4 comma 4, minus 4 represent real part of complex number and 4 is imaginary part of complex number. If minus 4 represent real part of complex number and which is on x-axis or x coordinate and 4 is y coordinate of the point, therefore x-axis is known as real axis and y-axis is known as imaginary axis. Therefore, if any complex number written x plus iy, this number also we can write as x comma y. If complex number written as x comma y, it implies it is x plus iy. If anywhere written 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3 means 2 plus 3i. Or 2 is real part of complex number and 3 is the imaginary part of complex number. The plane having complex number assigned to each of its point is called complex plane. All properties of complex plane is same as Cartesian plane. Only difference in case of complex plane, x-axis is known as real axis and y-axis is known as imaginary axis. And if point P given as x comma y, it implies it is written as x plus iy. And this first time concept of complex plane was given by the mathematician Argand, therefore it is also known as Argand plane. Therefore, this plane is known as Argand plane. And the x-axis already we have covered, known as x-axis, real axis, and y-axis means imaginary axis. Therefore, we can write distance of point P from origin OP as under root x square plus y square, because easily you can apply in triangle OPQ as Pythagoras theorem, and if you apply Pythagoras theorem, easily x square plus y square equal to r square, and here r is mod z. Therefore, OP equal to under root x square plus y square equal to mod z, which be denoted by r. And theta. Theta means angle between OP and real x axis or real axis, such that r cos theta equal to x. If theta written, apply formula. The cos theta equal to base upon hypotenuse x upon r. So therefore, x equal to r cos theta. Sin theta equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse y upon r. Therefore, r sin theta equal to y, where r and theta known as radius, vector, and vectorial angle of given point P. If we are using x and y for complex number, then coordinates of point P we can write x comma y, and in polar form we can write coordinates of point P as r comma theta. It implies x comma y known as Cartesian coordinates of point P, and polar coordinates of point P we can write as r theta. Therefore, z, which we can write as x plus iy equal to r cos theta plus ir sin theta. Here in place of x, r cos theta, and y means r sin theta. So polar form of complex number x plus y, I equal to r cos theta plus ir sin theta. It is known as polar form of complex number. And x plus iy means Cartesian form of complex number. If any complex number written in terms of x and y means real and real number, x and y means it is known as Cartesian form. If it is written in terms of r and theta means r cos theta plus ir sin theta, then it is known as polar form of complex number, where x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin. Reduction of complex number to polar form. Now your objective, we want to convert complex number into polar form. If complex number we are taking z equal to x plus iy, so we have to convert it in polar form. X plus iy write down as r cos theta plus ir sin theta. Equate real and imaginary part, you will get r cos theta equal to x and r sin theta equal to y. Now we have to find the value of r and theta. First, to find the value of r, square and add equation first and second. R square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta equal to x square plus y square. Then r square common, remaining part is cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to x square plus y square. Value of cos square theta plus sin square theta is identity 1. Therefore, r square into 1 equal to x square plus y square, or we can write r square equal to x square plus y square. Taking square root of both sides, you will get r equal to under root x square plus y square. In this process, step first, we are able to find the value of r. Then in next task, we have to find the value of theta. But before that, as r completed here, r means mod of z, and which you completed as under root x square plus y square. Now r cos theta equal to x implies cos theta equal to x upon r equal to x upon r, and value of r is under root x square plus y square. In this pattern, we can find the value of cos theta. Similarly, sin theta equal to y upon r, put the value of r, y upon under root x square plus y square. In this process, we can find the value of cos theta and sin theta. Now, you have to find the value of theta which satisfy both cos theta and sin theta. So there is only one value of theta such that minus pi less than theta less or equal to pi, which satisfy both the equation cos theta and sin theta here. And so therefore, with the help of value of cos theta and sin theta, you have to write the value of theta. After that, some particular numbers I want to write in complex form. If one written, one we can write as cos 0 plus I sin 0, because value of cos 0 is 1 plus I and value of sin 0 0. 1 plus I into 0 means 1. So 1 we can write in complex form as cos 0 plus I sin 0. Minus 1 equal to cos pi plus I sin pi. Value of cos pi is minus 1 plus I sin pi 0. Minus 1 plus I into 0 means minus 1. If I written, I we can write as cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Value of cos pi by 2 0 and sin pi by 2 1. 0 plus I into 1 means I. And similarly, minus I you can write as cos minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. Cos minus pi by 2 means cos pi by 2 and value of cos pi by 2 0. Plus I sin minus pi by 2 means minus I sin pi by 2 and value of sin pi by 2 1. Therefore, it is equal to minus I. Just 4 particular cases I have written. Q1 we can write as cos 0 plus I sin 0. Minus 1 we can write as cos pi plus I sin pi. I you can write as cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Or minus I write as cos minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. Remember, whatever value of theta you are writing, it should be greater or equal to minus pi and less or equal to pi. Argument of complex number. Complex number x plus iy can be converted in polar form just by putting x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. So that r equal to mod of z equal to under root x square plus y square. Now divide second by first. You will get r sin theta upon r cos theta equal to y upon x. R cancel out here, tan theta equal to y upon x. Here theta is known as argument of complex number z, or it is also known as amplitude of complex number x plus iy. And we can write this theta as theta equal to arg in bracket z means argument of z, r theta equal to amplitude of z. And the value of theta is greater or equal to minus pi and less or equal to pi. Is known as principal value of argument of z. Because in trigonometry equations we have covered, there are infinite values of theta. We can find for the condition tan theta equal to y upon x. But if you write the value of theta between minus pi to pi, and this value of theta is known as principal value of complex number. In this process, if any complex number given, you can find modulus of complex number r and argument of complex number x plus iy. Now some theorems on argument. First theorem, the argument of product of two complex numbers is equal to the sum of their arguments. Means argument of z1 into z2 equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. Proof, just take two complex number. z1 equal to r1 cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 and z2 equal to r2 cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Now find out product z1 into z2. Here theta 1 means argument of z1 and theta 2 argument of z2. So z1 into z2 equal to r1 cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 into r2 cos theta 2 plus I sin r1 r2 multiplied here. Inside the bracket, product, open the bracket. So cos theta 1 cos theta 2 plus I square sin theta 1 sin theta 2. Value of I square is minus 1. Therefore minus sin theta 1 sin theta plus I sin theta 1 into cos theta 2. I taken outside sin theta 1 cos theta 2 plus I cos theta 1 into sin theta 2. I taken outside cos theta 1 sin theta 2. And inside the bracket just formula cos A cos B minus sin A sin B means cos A plus B. R1 R2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 plus theta 2. Because sin A plus B formula sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Therefore argument of z1 z2 we can write as theta 1 plus theta 2. And theta 1 means argument of z1 plus argument of z2. In this pattern, first theorem completed. The argument of product of two complex numbers is equal to sum of their arguments. Now, next theorem. The arguments of quotient of two complex number is equal to the difference of their arguments. That is, arguments of z1 upon z2 equal to argument of z1 minus argument of z2. Proof of this theorem. Let z1 equal to r1 cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 and z2 equal to r2 cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Here theta 1 represent argument of z1 and theta 2 argument of z2. Then z1 upon z2, put the value of z1 and z2. Then next step, in denominator cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2 written, multiply by numerator and denominator by cos theta 2 minus I sin theta 2. In denominator you can apply formula a plus b into a minus b means a square minus b square, and numerator open the bracket. Next step you will get the value of z1 upon z2 as r1 upon r2, numerator cos theta 1 cos theta 2 plus sin theta 1 sin theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 sin theta. And denominator cos square theta 2 minus I square sin square theta 2. Value of I square is minus 1, therefore plus sin square theta 2. And then denominator apply formula cos square a plus sin square a equal to 1. So therefore next step you can write r1 upon r2 and numerator cos a cos b plus sin a sin b formula cos a minus b plus I sin a minus b में sin theta 1 minus theta 2 upon 1 equal to r1 upon r2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 minus theta 2. Therefore argument of z1 upon z2 we can write as theta 1 minus theta 2. Where put the value of theta 1 theta 2 means argument of z1 minus argument of z2. In this process, proof of second theorem completed. Now next important part, the process to find the square root of a complex number. If any complex number given, we have to find a square root, the method which you should follow. If any complex number given, first you note down the complex number z equal to x plus iy, and let a plus I be the square root of x plus iy. Therefore under root x plus iy we can write as a plus ib. Then squaring both sides and open the bracket. X plus iy equal to a square plus I square b square plus 2ib. Value of I square is minus 1. Put value of I square is minus 1. Then compare real and imaginary part. Real part is here x and here a square minus b square. Means you will get a square minus b square equal to x and imaginary part 2ab equal to y. Now just use formula x plus y whole square equal to x minus y whole square plus 4xy. That's formula. Here a square plus b square whole square we can write as a square minus b square whole square plus 4a square b square. Put the value in RHS. A square minus b square whole square. A square minus b square means x whole square x square plus 4a square b square 2ab y. So 4a square b square equal to y square. Therefore, a square plus b square we can write as under root x square plus y square. Equation second. Now solve first and second. Find the value of a and b. Step first, by adding first and second, we can find the value of a square. If we add 2a square equal to x plus under root x square plus y square, or a equal to plus minus 1 upon root 2 under root x plus under root x square plus y square. Subtract first from second, you will get value of 2b square, or value of b equal to plus minus 1 upon root 2 under root minus x plus under root x square plus y square. Therefore, under root x plus iy equal to a plus ib. Put the value of a plus ib. Put the value of a and b. You will get the value of under root x plus iy. Here plus minus sign is used and here also plus minus sign is used. Therefore, just apply different cases. Here condition you know, the value of y is 2ab and x is under root x square plus y square. Now, case first. If y is equal to 2ab is positive, then a and b are the same sign. Means both are positive or both are negative. Because if product of two numbers positive, only two cases possible. If both are negative or both are positive. If both positive, then one root you will get here 1 upon root 2 under root x plus under root x square plus y square plus I upon root 2 and under root minus x plus under root x square plus y square. And if both negative, then second root you will get this result. Case second, if y means 2ab is negative, it implies any one of a and b negative and second is positive. Or in other words, you can say a and b are opposite sign. In opposite sign, then roots are first with plus sign and second minus, or first minus 1 upon root 2 under root x plus under root x square plus y square, and second with plus sign I upon root 2 into under root minus x plus under root x square plus y square. In this process, if any complex number given, we can find the square root of complex number. Next important topic, cube root of unity. Means if 1 is given and anyone asks find the cube root of 1. Generally all of you know cube root of 1 is 1. But if cube root of 1 required to imply there are 3 values of x you will get. X cube equal to 1 means x cube minus 1 equal to 0 we can write. And x cube minus 1, if factorize it, a cube minus b cube apply formula. A minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. A minus b means x minus 1 into x square plus ab means x into 1x plus b square means 1 square. If first factor equal to 0, then one value of x you will get as 1. If second factor means x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0, then using quadratic formula you can find the value of x. Quadratic formula means minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Here value of a is coefficient of x square 1, b coefficient of x 1, and c is also 1. Put the value of a b c here. You will get minus 1 plus minus I root 3 upon 2. It implies the cube root of 1 we are getting as 1 root, cube root is 1, second cube root minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2 taking positive sign, and third cube root of 1 is minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2. In up to class 10th you have covered the cube root of 1 is 1 because there is only one real root, therefore you have covered one real root. Remaining two are complex root. Whenever anyone asks cube root of 1, so there are 3 cube root of 1, 1 real and 2 complex roots. We denote one complex cube root of 1 is by omega sign, and other complex root of 1 is by omega square. Second complex root we are taking as omega square. It implies easily you can observe if these two complex roots are square of each other. If any one root you will take omega, the second you will get as omega square. You can verify it also. Some properties of cube root of 1. First property I discussed, one of cube roots of unity is real and other two are complex number such that both are conjugate of each other. Conjugate of this complex number is second and conjugate of second is first. Because you know conjugate of a plus ib is a minus ib. Then conjugate of a minus ib is a plus ib. Second property of cube root of 1. Each complex cube root of unity is square of each other. That is, if we are taking omega equal to minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2, then omega square will be minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2. You can verify it. Or if you are taking omega equal to minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2, then omega square you will get minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2. It implies complex cube roots are square of each other. This is the second property. Now third property, omega cube equal to 1. Easily you can verify it. Omega cube means omega into omega square. Value of omega minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2, and omega square minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2 multiply 1 plus 3 upon 4 equal to 1. Value of omega cube is 1. And next and fourth property of cube root, sum of cube roots of unity is 0. That is 1 plus omega square equal to 0. You can also verify or prove. That's very easy. Sum of cube roots of unity equal to 1 plus omega square. Put the value 1 plus value of omega will be considered as minus 1 plus I root 3 upon 2. Then omega square will be minus 1 minus I root 3 upon 2. Taking LCM and simplify it, here easily you will get plus I root 3 minus I root 3 cancel out. 2 minus 2 will cancel out. 0 upon 2 equal to 0. Therefore 1 plus omega square equal to 0. Now if any quadratic equation given, you have to find the values of x. I have to solve. Since all of you know standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 with condition a not equal to 0. Value of a is not equal to 0 and a, b, c are any real number. Then solution we can find using quadratic formula. And first time this quadratic formula was given by Sridharacharya. Therefore it is also known as Sridharacharya formula, which is x equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4c upon 2a. Up to class 10th and previous classes we have covered, if b square minus 4ac less than 0, there is no real root. Now here you have to solve. No real root means you will get here complex roots. Now some solve questions. Z equal to 1 minus I root 3 given. You have to convert it in polar form and also find argument and modulus. Solution: 1 minus I root 3 write as r cos theta plus IR sin theta. Equate both sides. You will get r cos theta equal to 1 and IR sin theta equal to I root 3, or you can say r sin theta equal to minus root 3. Square and add them. You will get the value of r. Value of r square equal to 4 and r equal to 2. Here what is r? R means modulus of complex number. Therefore, modulus of complex number z is given by r equal to mod of z equal to 2. Now divide equation second by first. We get r sin theta upon r cos theta equal to minus root 3 upon 1. R tan theta equal to minus root 3 equal to minus, and root 3 is the value of tan. Pi by 3 are tan 60. And tan is negative in fourth quadrant, therefore tan minus theta equal to minus tan theta, means we can write this as tan minus pi by 3. Therefore theta equal to minus pi by 3. And theta means argument of complex number. Therefore theta equal to argument of z equal to minus pi by 3. In this process you are getting the value of r equal to 2 and theta equal to minus pi by 3. Therefore we can write complex number in polar form as z equal to 1 minus I root 3 equal to 2 cos minus pi by 3 plus I sin minus pi by 3. Or further simplify, 2 cos minus theta equal to cos theta means cos pi by 3 and sin minus theta equal to minus sin theta means minus I sin pi by 3. Means polar form of complex number is 2 into cos pi by 3 minus I sin pi by 3. Now some questions for practice. In first question, you have to express z equal to 1 minus 1 upon I in polar form. In second question, you have to solve this quadratic equation. For solving it, easy process, first to multiply by root 3 whole equation, after that apply Sridharacharya formula. And third question, you have to find the argument of complex number minus 1 minus I. So these three questions you have to solve and complete the answer.